the time dancing. Just now the dancer girl Isha was saying, "Oh, I am off." I said, "Don't ever be off. The whole Leela is just about that, just to be on all the time. That's Krishna, on all the time, anytime, day or night, whatever. He's on all the time. I am on all the time, always on, never off. Off will happen. You don't have to off yourself, it'll happen to you anyway. They'll switch it off one day. Your business is to keep it on, always on, no off. If you are always consciously on, then you'll be on the way you want it, isn't it? Yes? If you're always consciously on, right now you're compulsively on, okay? Right now, life situations are compelling you to do something. You are not choosing to do it every day. Life situations are compelling you that you got to do it. So when you're on compulsively, then it's a great burden to be on, you want to be off. Whenever you say, "I want to be off," unknowingly, you're inviting death. Death may not come straight away, it may come in small measures because your mind is not so vibrant. The moment you wish it, it'll happen to you. If your mind is very, very focused and vibrant, if you wish for death, you'll just fall dead right there. Do you know it's happened to people? Do you know it's happened to people? Somebody's having a great fight with somebody and with great emotion and anger they say, "I want to die," and they just fall dead. It's happened to people. Do you know it's happened to people? It has happened to many people. People have just fallen dead because they wished for it at that moment, because mind was in such intensity. So if your mind is in great focus and intensity, if you say, "I want to die," you'll just fall dead. It is not in such great intensity, so whenever you say, "I want to avoid life," mind understands that you want to die. But because mind is weak, it is not so vibrant, death will not happen in full measure, it happens in parts. Do you see, death has happened to people in parts? Do you see this? Lot of my school time and college time friends, they were all fine when they were youth. They were really alive and nice people. Now, except a handful, rest of them, you look at them, most of them are successful, they're doing very well for themselves, they have money, they have families, they have children, everything they have, but death has happened to them in parts. They're not as alive as they used to be. When I just happen to meet them somewhere and I slap their back and talk to them just the way I used to 30 years ago, they think I'm some kind of a stranger. Because in these 30 years, they're almost 60% dead. And they cannot understand this liveliness and the same, because death has happened to you in parts, because in so many ways you wish to avoid life. Whichever way you wish to avoid life. Now, somebody comes here, you don't like this person, that person smiles, you don't want to smile. You invited death, 2% death happened to you. I want you to understand the mechanism of your mind, this is how it functions. You want to avoid this person. You caused a little bit of death to yourself. Like this, trying to avoid life in so many ways, you will bring death in small measure daily into your life. And after 10 years, you look at yourself, most people are carrying not the face of life, they're carrying the face of death, isn't it? Isn't it so? Isn't it so? When something happens, somebody says good morning to them, they smile and this, that. But 24 hours of the day, you just watch people if they are by themselves. They are death's face, they are not life's face. Somebody is surrounding them, pampering them, doing something to them, they're… If they're alone by themselves, you watch their face and see, they are definitely the face of death, they are not the face of life. Because they have been inviting death in small measure on a daily basis. Moment to moment, they're doing it. The whole purpose of Leela is just that. The 24 hours you are on, you don't choose what is good, what is not good, shall I participate, shall I not participate? Right from day one we've been doing this to you. No giving an opportunity for a person to choose what to participate in, what not to participate. Just go, 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 go all the time without giving him a chance. You do this for some time to yourself, then you see suddenly you're all like this, you shook off the death. I want you to install one video camera in your house and forget about it, okay? Just be alone, just walk about in your house, just look at your face and see, you are death's face, you are not life's face. Is that so or no? If that has to change, you have to Leela yourself all the time. So, life is just a dance of energy. If you consciously allow yourself into it, you will dance with it. If you think life should not dance this way, it should dance my way, then you'll kill yourself in the process. Life is just dancing. We will have things, a few things our way. But my way, your way is not important. The important thing is, you're alive and you're enjoying the dance of life, isn't it? So how do I use more of music and dance in my life? See, any number of times I told you first 3 days, then I left it to yourself. I told you when you walk joyfully. When you come and sit, you're not doing it, you gave up. You thought it was an exercise. It's not an exercise, it's life. It is not an exercise, it is not something that you practice. If you're alive, it is something that naturally happens out of you. If you're feeling very joyful, anybody you see, you're like that, isn't it? Please do it. Right side, left side. Really, with utmost love, you just look at the backside of their head. See, if you really love somebody and that person is sitting and doing something, not looking at your side, you just looked at the backside of their head, is it not a great event for you? Huh? It is, isn't it? Only because there's no love, the backside of head is not good enough. You want to look at the backside. The reason why you are not in tune with the dance of life is you think you're super smart, that's the biggest problem. You think, you believe that you're super smart, that is the main problem. The cleverest man in the world is always the biggest idiot when it comes to life. Recently, someone I know wrote a note to somebody. Here are the keys to your property, some compensation for having missed the keys to your life. So the same goes for you. You get the keys to your property, your bank balance, your this, your that, some compensation for having missed the keys to life. One day, Shankaran Pillai was walking in New York City. And Two muggers came. He fought valiantly. A big fight happened. He bashed them properly, but after much fighting, the two muggers overpowered him and pulled out all his pockets and they just found a quarter. Then they said, "Hey man, for this quarter you fought like this? If you had 100, what would you do? You would have killed both of us." Then Shankaran Pillai said, "No, no, I thought you were going for the $1,000 bill that I had in my shoes." It's like that.